Hi everybody, Rob Mize here with part 2 of our look at After Effects capabilities in regard to the design and creation of animated characters. You'll recall that in our last tutorial we used a variety of shapes to create our friend Candace here. Today, let's see how we can breathe a little life into her by animating those various shape paths. Let's begin with the eyes. And look at the combination of shapes that create the eyes. We have the eyeballs, and then the iris and a reflected highlight in each eye. These irises and highlights are placed in a group called eyes, and this allows us to transform these 4 separate shapes as a single layer. The point being that as you design your character, keep in mind how you intend to animate her, or him, or it, and plan the construction of her or him or it accordingly. Now, with animations, I create standard reference keyframes as I work. So here in the default position of 0, 0, and I will add a keyframe. I'll make sure I have a keyframe there. And that will be kind of my reference default position. But I'll come forward 10 frames. And let's see, I'll animate these. Let's bring these up. Maybe over a little bit. Come forward 10 frames and we'll bring those maybe looking off in this direction. Come forward 10 keyframes and let's go ahead and bring those down. And then another 10 keyframes and we'll bring them over to this side of the eye. So now we have Candace kind of rolling her eyes. But what we also have are keyframes that we can grab, copy, and paste wherever we need them. Now it may be easier just to grab these elements and move them where you want them. And you can certainly do that. But I do like to keep at least a default keyframe as kind of a standard that I can always return to. Now let's also come up here and look at the eyebrows. I'm just going to grab these points here and boop, raise them like that. Okay? Maybe I'll also grab these and bring those down like that. Sort of a little more serious look there. And again, we can assemble a kind of a library of shapes that we can go back to and use for our subsequent animation. Now, let's look at the eyelids. Those are these 2 shapes right here, left and right eyelid. We've added a keyframe for our open eye. Let's come forward about 10 keyframes and add another one. I will use Option, Shift, right arrow key to move that forward 10 frames. And now I will use my marquee selection tool and grab this eyelash. Bring this down. Grab this other eyelash and bring this down. And this third eyelash and bring it down. And now I'll grab these individual points and shape them to this bottom eyelid. Smooth out this shape a little bit. Something like that. Okay, we need to do a little bit of work with that there, but you get the idea. And we'll do the same for the other eye. And with a little bit of work, we have a blink. And again, if you want to do just one blink, grab these first 3 keyframes, Command C, copy them, put them where you want the blink, Command V, paste them. Boom, another one. And if you just want to wink, just use the eye that you want to close. There we go. The key point here is that you're not animating the position of these shapes. You're animating the shape path itself. Now, if you're actually working on a project as you watch this tutorial, get ready to spend some time and attention for the bigger part of this job, and that is animating the mouth to speech. Now, to simplify the animation, I have only two shapes here to create the mouth: the teeth and the lips. The teeth, unexpectedly perhaps, are on top of the lips. This is so the teeth can also serve to create the inner shape of the mouth. The lips themselves are just one solid shape made up of these four vertices, and the teeth are similarly shaped with the vertices in proximity of those of the lips. This way I can grab both these vertices and then quickly animate this into the position I want. Now, we form spoken language using specific mouth shapes to create specific sounds called phonemes. Aaron Rabinowitz does a good job explaining this in his tutorial on animating speech. We'll start at the same point, phonemes. However, so as not to duplicate Aaron's work, we'll use a different animation technique in order to achieve a different result and a different look. Our first step is to identify the mouth shapes we'll need. Here is one of many phoneme charts available on the web, and this will work well for the style of art and animation we're using for Canvas. In fact, I can scale, position, and orient the chart to help me quickly create my mouth shapes. I'll take the mouth layer and duplicate that, and I'm going to call this mouth model. And what I'll do with that is I will create a keyframe here as a reference for my default expression, and that is a smile. But I'll come forward a bit and change that expression to match one of the phonemes that I need. I might as well start with the ah position. And I will just drag these vertices in the approximate position that matches, let me take this off, that matches the shape described on our phoneme chart. We might grab that and add a layer marker and call this ah. Come forward 10 keyframes, and let's move our chart and reshape our mouth into this next shape. And work your way through until you have created a library of shapes that you will use to copy and paste into the actual mouth animation. So this model layer is just that. It's just a template for you to go back to. Now, you'll see here, I have already constructed this library of shapes, including all my phonemes, plus a little kiss shape and a rest, and then my various phonemes there. Okay, I took a bit of a break there, and I've come back, and let me offer you a slightly revised method of animating this mouth shape. First, I'm going to hit LL to reveal my waveform, and there I can actually see my audio. So let's quickly preview that audio.
Wishing you all happy compositing. Wishing you all happy compositing.
Okay, well, we're all familiar with that phrase, and we can use these waveforms to help us determine where to place our phonemes. If I hold down Command and scrub this timeline,
Wishing you all happy compositing.
you hear I can sample my audio there. And if I hold this on one frame and hold down Command,
Wishing.
it loops that portion right there.
Wishing.
So that's very helpful in determining where to place your phoneme keyframes. So let's open up the mouth layer, hitting U to to reveal just a reference keyframe that I have there for the smile. And I just want to close this back up so that my work area here dominates my timeline. And this is about a good duration of speech to work with at one time. So we'll just do this short phrase and listen to this first part, holding down Command and clicking.
Wishing, 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 wishing.
Okay, I'm hearing wishing, so kind of a W. That's kind of this U shape. So I'm going to highlight that and use Command C to copy it and add a couple of keyframes here on my mouth path. That's for the lips and the teeth, and I will use Command V to paste that. Okay? And that's how we're animating this layer. So we've got that U shape, and I think we use that a couple of more times here. Let's listen to our audio. Wishing you all, you, wishing you. Okay, you. We'll put another keyframe right there, and that's also that U sound. Wishing you all happy compositing. Okay, I think that's all we use there. But the next thing I hear in this phrase is wishing. Okay, I'm getting that long E sound, so let me copy that and paste it. And do I use that anywhere else? Wishing you all happy. Okay, happy. I'll put another one there, and maybe here at the end, compositing. Let's put another one right there. Okay, and come back. Now, wishing you all. Okay, the ah sound. Now you'll notice I'm not trying to identify, determine, and duplicate every phoneme that Candace uses in this phrase. I'm only hitting the key phonemes that I hear, the ones that jump out. And we'll look and see how that animation works for us, because you'll probably discover you can easily overdo this speech animation and the mouth does not look natural. So a lot of this is an approximate shape, but there are those key tones, the O's, the U's, the MPBs where the lips are pressed together, the VF sound where the teeth are on top of the lips. Those are the ones that really seem to demand more precision in their placement and create a more convincing effect as well. And there's a definite L right there, so I'll copy that and paste it. And then we're going to come back with our smile. Grab that and paste it. Actually, I'm going to use this area in between the smile for a rest position here between these two parts of the phrase, and I'll move the big smile forward a little bit, change that to a regular keyframe.
Happy.
That's that sound again. Let's get that. Command C and paste those. P, I knew I would have that one. That's a big one there. You get a visual cue of what's happening with the sound when you see those lips pressed together, ready for that P sound to come out. So let's paste that in there. There we go. B. We got it again. So I'm going to let that hold there. Let me move these back. So I'm using Option left arrow. Okay, well you got another P right there in positing. Okay, and something in between. Let's see. B. Compositing. So let's get this kind of generic mouth model and use it for this point. Teen. Let's use this I here. Use our generic. And it's copy, paste, copy, paste. Determine where the phoneme needs to go and paste it in there. Okay, let's take a look at that.
Wishing you all happy compositing.
Okay, we could do a little more work with that. There may be a few timing issues that we could correct and worry with. I think we're pretty close there, and I think you get the idea of what we're doing with these phoneme shapes and how we're using this model layer as a resource for copying and pasting the shapes that we need down here. So that's our process for animating speech and some of the other features using After Effects. So I hope you find this useful, and I hope you'll be with us next time when we have another tutorial. So until then, this is Rob Mize, along with Candace, wishing you
all
happy compositing.
compositing.